Hi, hello, namaskar, ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ. Welcome to today online class. So after the long gap, today I will be taking your classes. So the one of the great topic, the gardener, which is the unit number 7, the gardener, written by P. Lankesh, which is in the real text in Kannada and which is translated by the English to H.S. Raghavendra. So the gardener, which is the topic deals. Before we can deal that topic, just a brief small story I will be tell. So in a small town, there is two people, those who are very close neighbor relatives and close friends. They were living each and other. They were the first friends, and they have a lot of eagerness to pursue something, evidence, and buying some of the another sources. So they both are doing very well, and that is very healthy to them. But after the day by day, that will be came to the very crucial manner. That is the not a healthy competition, which is the gives a lot of bigger competitive. And that is a competition was used held of the after the end of that story. That is lives give the lives of the one and among another one person. So that is mean what happened here in this gardener topic. ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ಬರು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ತುಂಬ ಅನನ್ಯವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು, ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ಬರು ತುಂಬ ಅನನ್ಯವಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ದಿನಾಲೂ ಸಾಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ದಿನದಿಂದ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಸ್ನೇಹ ವಾದಕ್ಕೆ ತಿರುಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ವಾದ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಸರಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಅನಾರೋಗ್ಯಕರವಾದಂಥ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಒಬ್ಬರನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರು ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಸಾವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ನೊಂದು ತನ್ನ ಪ್ರದೇಶವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ನಾವ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ gardener. The gardener, which is the topic, is in your second new textbook. So the gardener written by P. Lankesh. Who is written? P. Lankesh, which is the written in the original form of in the Kannada, which is the written in the original form in Kannada and translated into the English H.S. Raghavendra. Who is translated into English? H.S. Raghavendra. Okay, so the theme of the gardener. Okay, what is that theme? Here is a standing of the narrative, the story of the who has a standing person in the coconut grove near Chennarayapatna, which is the Chennarayapatna. There is a lot of coconut growing area, and a man who was standing beside of the coconut tree. His eyes were supposed to the strange memories. He has the strange means ವಿಚಿತ್ರವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯನ್ನ, ಕಲ್ಪನೆಯನ್ನ, ಸ್ಟೋರಿಯನ್ನ ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾರು? The old man who was a lack of the old man is known as the gardener. The old man is a strange man who was stand beside the coconut tree, and that old man is a gardener. The old man is very strange man now. He has the strange memories of whatever that happened in the previous his life. The strange ವಿಚಿತ್ರವಾದಂತಹ ಘಟನೆಗಳು ಯಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಭವಿಸಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಆ ಗಾರ್ಡನರ್ ಉದ್ಯಾನವನದ ಏನು ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್, ಅವನಿಗೆ ವಿಚಿತ್ರವಾದಂತಹ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶಗಳು ತನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಜರುಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ದಟ್ gardener who is a old man but in the form enthusiastic fellow and who is willing to do everything in his life and is ready to struggle everything fight. That old man he has some of the strange manners of the memories, and the old man who has a native intelligence, intelligence means who brought the knowledge of in the textbook. The only who's have the knowledge of textbook, that is the more than intelligence. But whereas the old man has not only intelligence, he has a wisdom. The old man has a wisdom. Wisdom means who has learned by the experience, who has learned by through his own experience in his life. So that old man is native intelligence. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಥಳೀಯರಿಗೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಸ್ಥಳೀಯ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಜ್ಞಾನ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯವಾದಂತಹ ರತ್ನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತಾ ಅಡಗಿರುತ್ತಾ ಅಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಯಾರು? ದಿ ಗಾರ್ಡನರ್. And that old man who is popularly known as in the gardener, yes, he is a tall guy. Which type of quality he has? The tall guy figure, and he has a strong muscle. He has strong muscle who was ready to willing to do something and do everything in the world because of he is a stronger man. Okay, so then the old man is a very honestly and who came to the travel by walking the 100 of miles. When he was arrived with the owner of the plantation, the owner who was seeking to like a person of a old man who has strong muscles, native intelligence, and strong memories, and hard working and a great honest person. He was exactly like to that land owner, and he want to like that type of a man to lead his plantation. And when that old man was came to that plantation, their time to the landowner who was theft some of the end of that story. Theft garden came to the end. The day by day, when the old man came to that plantation, that time the owner of that plantation who was doing the theft day by day, that increasing. What happened? The owner is doing here misbehavior. What he was doing? He was thefting and stealing some of the trees and coconuts which is selling to the outside, and who was leading his wealthy life. The totally his lifestyle is changed. The owner, his lifestyle is changed when the arrival of that gardener. Then what happened here? The owner wife who was thinking herself, the disturbed wife, and who was apprehensive, worried about her husband. Whereas when the old man arrived to our plantation, that will be the gift for our life, or that will be the worst for our life. So what I am thinking here, as I told in that fact, here is a owner who was thefting day by day, it's increasing, and who is doing a miss or behavior works and he of gaining some of the lot of friends in the village and outside of the village, and he forget his adultery, and who was a fellow who was umpteen vices the owner has, who has abolished the adultery is adultery. Sorry, here the owner has adultery, a bad companies, and he has unemptied vices. There is a lot of people who had gathering to that owner, and who has forget his adultery, and who has fallen in the bad company. The owner he didn't worry about his life, and he don't think his plantation, the coconut plantation. He is just doing a thing, enjoying his life with his friends in the village and outside the village, and he is more thinking to that is the enjoying, it's one of the good life for to me, and I want to do everything. Then when that owner, he was forget his everything, and he was in an illusion. So the owner is become a dramatically is became a lazy fellow. Who is became lazy? Who is became lazy here? The owner is became lazy. When the arrival of the gardener, the old man, when the arrival of the old man, the owners forget everything in his life, and he is became a lazy and forget his adultery, and he was fallen the companion with the bad peoples, and he is acquiring a lot of friends in the village and outside of the village who were giving to the respect to them. So here, when the old man was came to that time, that is a very wealthy prestige. When he was arrival, that time his land was dramatically increased, and wealth is came to the huge source of manna. That's why the owner became a lazy. Then one day what happened? The old man met that lady who was a wife of owner. He was met to that lady one day. She behaved as though he knew all his flight. We know all about her flight. What old man he knows. So whatever the thinking that your lady, whatever the owner wife, what she was thinking in a manner, just the old man acting like as he behaved, he know very well about what she was thinking, what she has a thought. Then after he smiled to her and brought down offering a tender coconut to her, while she was drinking that coconut. While she was drinking a coconut, there was set embroiderment on the wall, embroiderment of the well, embroiderment, which is the like on wall of the well, where the facility to sit in the near the well. Well means well here is a two meaning is there. Well is here two meaning is there. One well is bavi. Okay, well andre bavi. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವೆಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸುರಕ್ಷಿತ, ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಮುದುಕ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ವ್ಯಾನ್ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಅರೈವ್, ಯಾವಾಗ ಮುದುಕ ಅವರ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಬಂದೋ ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಆ ಓನರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು ಇವನಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿನೇ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇವನ ಹತ್ತಿರ ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತಹ ಕನಸುಗಳು, ವಿಚಿತ್ರವಾದಂತಹ ಛಿದ್ರವಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಕನಸುಗಳು ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಥಳೀಯರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಹತ್ತಿರದಿಂದ ತನ್ನ ಸ್ವಂತ ಅನುಭವಗಳಿಂದ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಲಿತಿದ್ದ. ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮ ಚಾಣಕ್ಷತನವಿತ್ತು. ಹಾಗೆ ಅವನು ಒಬ್ಬ ಎತ್ತರವಾದಂತಹ ಅತಿ ಸುಂದರ ಸುಲಭವಾದಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದ. ತನ್ನ ದೃಢವಾದಂತಹ ತೋಳುಗಳು, ದಷ್ಟಪುಷ್ಟವಾದಂತಹ ರಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದ. ಶ್ರಮಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ತುಂಬ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕತನವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ. ಅವನು ಯಾವಾಗ ಈ ಓನರ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಬಂದರೋ ಆಗ ಆ ಓನರ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ, ಅವನ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡು, ಅವನ ಭೂಮಿ ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವನ ಭೂಮಿ ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ ದಿನದಿಂದ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಓನರು, ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಓನರು ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ, ತುಂಬ ಅತಿಯಾದ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ತನ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗ್ತಾನೆ. ತನ್ನ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂತೇಳಿ ತನ್ನ ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಬೇರೆ ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾನೆ. ಗಳಿಸೋದರ ಮೂಲಕ ತನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನೇ ಮರೆತು ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ತನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮರೆತು ತಾನು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವನು ಒಬ್ಬ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಲೇಜಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಲೇಜಿ ಫೆಲೋ, ಹಿ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಎ ಲೇಜಿ, ತುಂಬ ಆಲಸ್ಯತನವನ್ನು ಆಲಸ್ಯತನವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುವಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಏನಂತ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳಂದರೆ, ಈ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಹಿರಿಯ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಕ್ಕೂ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡುವುದಕ್ಕೂ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಇರುತ್ತಾ. ಆ ಕಲ್ಪನೆಯಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಅವಳು ವಿಚಿತ್ರವಾಗಿ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಆದರೆ ಆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಪ್ಪ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಂದರೆ, ಆ ಹಿರಿಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಾ ಈ ಮಹಿಳೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ತೊಂದರೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಮನಗಂಡಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಇವನಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಅವಳ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ನಾಟಕವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ನಾಟಕವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ದೆನ್ ವೆನ್ ದೇ ವರ್ ದಿ set the embankment of the well, ಬಾವಿಯ ಕಟ್ಟೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಕುಳಿತ ನಂತರ, and they were the alternative horizon. Then the sun was slipping away into the western horizon. The sun rays was reaching the walls of the well. The sun rays was reaching on the walls of the well through the foliage of coconut, mangoes and jackfruit trees. So when they were sitting, they were discussing something about in between of the old man and the owner wife. They both are sitting the wall of the well, and the sun lay the western horizon. That time the sunbeam means the sun rays fallen on the foliage of the coconut, mangoes and jackfruits. ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲದ ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಸರ್ವೇ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ವಾತಾವರಣ ಇರುತ್ತಾ. ಸೂರ್ಯಾಸ್ತವಾಗುವಂಥ ಸಮಯ, ಸೂರ್ಯನ ನೋಟ ಅತಿ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿರುತ್ತಾ. ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀವಿ, ಉಲ್ಲಾಸಭರಿತವನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀವಿ. ಅದರಂತೆಯೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಹಿರಿಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಆ ಓನರನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಆ ಬಾವಿಯ ಕಟ್ಟೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಕುಳಿತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಸೂರ್ಯಾಸ್ತವಾಗುವಂತಹ ಸಮಯ, ಆ ಸೂರ್ಯನ ನೆರಳು ಬೆಳಕು ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತಾ ಆ ಎಲೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಕೋಕೋನಟ್ ಎಲೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ತೆಂಗಿನ ಗಿಡದ ನೆರಳಿನ ಮೇಲೆ, ಮಾವಿನ ಮರದ ಎಲೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಎಲೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ತನ್ನ ಬಿಂಬವನ್ನು ಬೀರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತಾ ಅದೇ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ then that time in the where the evening time the man was the narrating the some of the he knows the stories. The one of the story was narratives the competition versus rivalry. The competition versus rivalry. ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಿರೋಧ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿಯನ್ನು ನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. He was narrating one small story. He knows that story very well, and who is the main figure of that. And in the evening time, in front of that housewife, they were sitting in the well, in the of the well, in the near of the well, and the old man narratives the one of the story was a man called Tamanna. The man was Tamanna, who he had everything. The Tamanna, he had everything. He has 10 acres of wetland. He had 10 acres of wetland. Who has a comfortable house to lead his life, and anytime he is reading to his lives, and its was position was very well, and has a rivalry was happening in the name of the Sangosi. The old man narratives the Tamanna, who has one of the story of the Tamanna. He has 10 acres of wetland, and who was positioned very well life in that village, and the villagers to bid every time to getting to him, and that rivalry was happening with the Sangosi. Then after the old man, he was fumbling some of the words. Fumbling means todaluvodu. Fumbling means todaluvike. When the old man who was narrating the story, of the Tamanna and rivalry of the Sangosi, he fumbling the words, and he thought he had committed mistakes. But again he was continue that story, and the owner wife, she was listening story of the old man, what the narratives that story of Tamanna and Sangosi, but she felt like that all this is none of my concession, all this is none of my concern. But unwilling to hurt that old man, she was ready to hear that story. What happened when that lady, that story is not about the concern of that owner wife. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಏನು ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹಿರಿಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಆ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಏನು ನರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಆ ಮಹಿಳೆಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಾನು ಏನಾದರೂ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಅವನು ಪಾಪ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಗೆ ಹರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾನೋ, ಸಂಕೋಚ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾನೋ ಏನು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವನು ಮುಂದೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ಆನ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ the old man who was told the first name of the Tamanna and the Sangosi, then again he was committed mistakes, and then he was changes that name. So now there is a no of the Sangosi whose name was Basuvaya. So here is the rivalry between Tamanna versus Basuvaya. Who is Tamanna versus Basuvaya? They are good friends. They both are the good friends in the village, and they were living very well life in that village. And who had the 10 acres of wetland, who had 10 acres of wetland, the Tamanna, and when he has 10 acres of land, his Tamanna's friend Baswaya, he is also ready to buy the 10 acres of land. What happened here? He also ready to buy the 10 acres of land. So, ಬಸವಯ್ಯ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ? ತಮ್ಮಣ್ಣನ ಹತ್ರ ಮೊದಲು 10 ಎಕರೆ ಗದ್ದೆ ಇತ್ತು.